Hey, you guys. How's it going? Good morning. Well, I promised that I would come back and show you guys what the result was after spraying some of these collage bases, I call them. And it was actually pretty cool. Um, not a, I mean, obviously, like the gloss and the matte have a different, um, surface, but these are shiny, these are not. um but what I was hoping would happen did in fact happen, and that is that the layer um of the onion skin paper that I put over parts of it has become much more transparent, and so you can see the paper that's under it much better than on the ones where I didn't spray it. See, like right here, this wasn't sprayed. This page was not sprayed. And it's kind of hard to make out what's underneath that, right? But on the ones where I sprayed it, it really comes through. It really comes through. And it actually, I think, makes the text or the writing that's on that thin, like tissue type paper, it makes that more vivid, because on a lot of those pages, the writing is very muted. Because those are actually copies. So what that book is, that ledger that I pulled those pages out of, these pages, these are actually copies of originals. So it was an olive oil producer, and I don't know, I'm not sure if they use like carbon paper or whatever. I don't know what they use to do this, but I think there was that pink paper. There's this pink like paper that you can put in between two sheets of paper, and when you write on it, it makes a copy on the bottom. So I'm sure one of you guys knows what that is. Anyway, so, but on a lot of those pages, the writing is not, it's just not real, what's the word? Distinct or whatever. So anyway, so I like what that did. So here's what my plan is. Oh, well, I told you I would show you the difference. So this is the glossy. This is just one coat. Okay. I only sprayed it one time. So this is the gloss one. So let me just show you what I'm using. It's this Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Cover. So it's like doing two coats at once. Seals, protects, and revitalizes. So I got a gloss, a semi-gloss, a matte, and a satin. Okay. And so I just wanted to try all of them and see how they turned out. So anyways, this is the gloss one. And I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool. I wonder what's going to happen if I spray it another coat, like maybe even two more coats. This is kind of exciting. I want to spray the back too, because I think this would be really fun to just make little like hangy tags, little hanging tags, or real small little tags out of this, because all these little bits are so interesting, Anyway, so that's the gloss one. Whoops, there's three of those. And then this is the matte. It did the same thing on that writing. See? It did the same thing, but it's not glossy. It's matte. So this is nice. So like if you still want to be able to write on this and stuff with whatever, I think that is still possible. See how this one turned out? It's so cool. I love how that different text is just overlapping. So that's the matte one. And then this is the semi-gloss. I don't think there's any onion skin on this particular one, but it did really brighten it up, I think. So that's a matte one. This one is matte also. So this one does have some of the onion skin on it, and it really made a huge difference, I think. It's really cool. So I've decided I'm going to spray the rest of these too. And this is the satin. So same thing. This one had 2 layers though of the onion skin paper. So it was like 2 layers right in that area and then just 1 layer over here. Look at this area right here. I just think that is so awesome. So anyway, yeah, so that was really fun. And yeah, so I have like 20 more pages to spray. This one is also the, what was that? The satin. Yeah, it's so exciting. I love it. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, the garage was like, I couldn't even breathe in there. So yeah, so I'm going to spray the rest of these, and I will probably do another coat on the gloss and the semi-gloss, because I just want to see what happens when you sort of, you know, do a couple of layers. And I think I am going to spray the back on the gloss one, just because I want to see how this paper acts when it gets sprayed with that clear coat. So yeah, so that's my plan. And then a lot of people are asking what I'm going to do with those afterwards. I'm also going to spray these envelopes. I'm just going to spray up a whole bunch of stuff. So I will tell you what I'm going to do with those here in a minute. But I wanted to show you what else I did while you weren't looking. So I took a whole bunch of letters and documents and things like that I really loved just the way they were. Like, I didn't want to collage them with other stuff yet. I wanted to just glue them onto paper or, you know, file folder, and then cut those pieces up so that I could use these later on to make tags for different projects. Okay. So that's, you know, that was pretty simple. That's really all I'm doing. I did do a couple of tags using these, and then and I did these before I looked at the results of the spray. So so now that I've done, you know, some embellishing on these tags, I think what I might do is actually cover them with some of this paper. Okay, glue this paper over the top of my images and stuff, and then spray them just to see how they look, because I think that's going to be really cool. And I will keep you posted on that. So I already took some of these. See, like this is part of that one. And I glued some of that paper on here. And these are going to get sprayed. So I'm just going to go crazy. I mean, I bought all that clear coat. I might as well use it. So I'm going to be covering a lot of these with that onion skin paper. And yeah, and then just going to town. I think I have a whole bunch more fussy cutting I want to do, so I'm going to do that. Glue some images on these, and then, you know, glue the onion skin paper over the top of that, spray them, and then come back and maybe do the labels and maybe do some stamping over the top of the spray. You know what I mean? Because I don't want the whole thing to be covered. Like, I want certain elements to be on top of that that part. Anyway, I'll show you what I do. But I have a lot more that I want to do on these now that I've, you know, determined that I like the results of the spraying. Yeah, and those envelopes, I need to do some more envelopes for sure. So another thing that I did was, and that stuff is all French stuff, right? But I have all of these little notebooks, right? All these little, where'd they go? I showed these on live stream one night. So I have all these little notebooks, right? These are English. These are the French ones. These are going to get glued onto stuff too. I just didn't get to it yet. So this stuff, I just pulled a bunch of pages out of. I didn't do this one yet because I really like the poems in here. It's all full of poems. And I'm not sure. I think I want to do something else with these. I might make some other kind of tags or something. I don't know. But I didn't pull any out of the poems notebook. So these are just all different kinds of old, like, you know, pocket notebooks. And I just glued each page onto a piece of file folder. And I posted one of them on Instagram. It's really cute. It's, oh, what was it? If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. Oh, dang it. Well, like this one is the schoolhouse roofing. And then there's one that's like the materials for the hen house. He was working out, you know, the cost of building a hen house. So I thought that was pretty cute. Anyway, so look at just all these different, and these are all just one page out of a notebook. This one's really cool. Insure with the Mutual Life Insurance Company of New York. Richard A. McCurdy, president. And then I just, you know, his little note on there. So I pulled a whole bunch of those just because those were kind of my favorite. And then this was like a bank book, somebody's bank book. Oh, I did one of these that's just blank, you know. So I think these, I'm not going to glue that paper over the top of it because that stuff is French and I want to keep that French, right? This stuff is English and I don't know. I may look at doing something like that with some of the other onion skin that I have, like the bank stuff, because I have a bunch of, it's darker onion skin paper, but some of those letters in the bank ephemera, some of those letters are on onion skin also. So I just need to go through that and see if there's some stuff that I can kind of layer over the top of this. And then, you know, I really just want to keep these very simple. And then, you know, I might come back in and add a label or some stamping or something like that. But really, I just love keeping them simple and keeping them kind of in their original state a little bit. You know, not for any reason other than I love it like that. Like, I think it's beautiful. You know, I love this little snapshot of somebody's thoughts, right? And I don't know. That's what ephemera is all about. You know, ephemera is basically it's a memory, you know. So that's what I love about using that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's what my plan is. And I'll make some more videos here in the next few days and kind of show you where I get with it. So yeah, it's turned into a little bit more involved, of an involved project than I thought it was going to, since I, you know, decided that I want to start spraying this stuff. So otherwise I would have probably done, you know, more work like this on more of these tags. So, but what else? The other thing I did was I thought, okay, so lots of people are asking me about scanning those pages and selling them as digitals in my shop and that kind of stuff. And to be real honest with you, we talked about this already. And if you read the comments on my last video, you'll see how I feel about it. I don't know, like, this is not what I want to do. You know, I don't want to be a digital person, like seller of things. Like, that's just not what I want to do. I've done some because I've had people say, you know, ask me, if I would share those, like the book covers and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I guess I will, you know, and I had help with the listings, you know. I'm sure you guys can figure out who helped me. But you know, it's just not something I want to because it almost like cripples me. Like I can't, if I start thinking about all the stuff that I need to get together to sell digitally, I won't use it. And then I feel like I'm stuck and I can't move forward, you know, because it's just not something I want to spend my time doing. Anyway, and that's just where I've come to. So anyway, and it's just me personally, like I just don't really want to do that. So to solve that, because lots of people have said, I'll buy those from you, those digital scans and stuff. I was going to say, okay, well, send me an email and I'll just send you the files, but I don't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I made some kits. I made some little sets, some bundles that I feel like you can do this. Like you guys can make these collages. And so I put just about everything that you would need in here, and something extremely special that I can't really explain how special these are, but I think you'll understand. I've showed these before. Well, let me go through the kit and then I'll tell you about the books. So I just put some stuff that is exactly the same as what I used in my collages. Okay. So one of the French letters, all right, one, that's what that's how many I could share. And then 2 pages from the French ledger. Okay. So you can choose what sides you want to use. And then I gave you 4 sheets of this paper from that olive oil book. Okay. So you get 4 sheets of that paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then some pages from each of the French language books. Okay. It's nice because they're different tones of paper, right? And then a signature from that really old French dictionary, the illustrated one. So you got all kinds of cool images and stuff in there. And then a signature from one of my little tiny French dictionaries. Okay. And then I'm going to do a small amount of my junk journal salad. This is the laces and neutrals salad. I have another salad that is more like feed sack fabrics and more colorful stuff. So anyways, and I don't have that in my shop right now either, but I do have salad made up. And so you get a little bag of salad. And then I'm going to get you one of these little ledger. I was going to say I'm going to give you one of these little ledgers. I'm not giving them away, but I think you know what I mean. So there are 14 of these that are made up. Okay. I have about 25 of these little books, but I think that by the time I get done tearing up 3 or 4 of them, I'll probably be done. I'll be over it. You know what I mean? Like I'll be ready to move on to something else. So I bought all of these because I wanted them for one thing. But I just thought they were the coolest thing since sliced bread. So these are those little ledger books that were kept by a doctor. And so the ones that I put in these little kits are the ones that are from the 40s. He kept these all the way back to like 1907 and then through like 1952. I didn't get all of the ones that he had from that seller because she didn't have all of them, but but he kept meticulous records on every single patient in these little ledger books. And he used all of these little small ones because they fit right in his coat pocket probably, you know. And I mean, these are like appointments from every single day. And, you know, like somebody's blood pressure and their medications and prescriptions and their symptoms and diagnosis and just all that stuff. And then all of the billing stuff too, like how much money he was charging them and if they made a partial payment and all that kind of stuff. Some of these have some accounting in the back. Most of them don't, but some of them do. And so he has, you know, all of his accounting in the back of some of them. It's just they're really interesting. So anyway, so you get one of those and then the salad and then the paper pack. Okay. So I'm going to do these for $35. And I just want to tell you that I'm about breaking even doing it that way. Based on what I paid for these and also for this ephemera. Okay. I'll just tell you that olive oil book that I bought, that ledger, I paid about $130 for it. Just saying. I mean, just so you kind of have an idea. But I can't use all of that. You know what I mean? Like that book I probably could eventually, but you know, I want to share too. So, and I don't know. I just want you guys to be able to do this. And I know that you can. So, because it's really cool ephemera. I know that it is. And I know that it's not something that everybody can do. So, I'm fortunate that, you know, I happen to have the money and she had the stuff and I just, you know, and I got it and because it was a treat. So, and the same with these. And I feel very, very fortunate that I'm able to take advantage of that kind of stuff. And I just want to, it's because of you guys anyway, right? So, I just want to try to pass that back to you. And, you know, that way you don't have to put out the amount of money that I did. Okay. If I'm perfectly honest. So, all right. So that's a nice little pack and that will make you a bunch of tags, I swear. Or book covers or whatever. And then you can also repurpose this little book. And there's tons of ephemera in this. I mean, if you just want to use like cool handwriting in other projects, there's a lot of it in there. So, okay. So if you want one of these little kits, they're $35. I'm going to say $5 for shipping because these will go first class. And so, yeah. So that's my offer to you. Okay. So like I said, I have 14 of these put together. If all of those sell, I can probably put together like another 4 or 5, but because I have enough of the books. So, okay, guys. But yeah, I'm really having fun working with this stuff, and I feel like I've been, you know, like liberated somehow, and I'm just really excited to work with it. Like I want to just add some fabric to them, and you know, maybe some really pretty old buttons and some laces and stuff. And I don't know. They're just fun to work with. And yeah. Anyway, so I love you guys and I will see you next time. Okay. And I'll put my email address in the description as usual. All right. Bye for now.